G'day everyone, Paul Stonner here, CEO Biggin Scott, joined again by Ed Hobbs, Salesperson of the Month for April. Interesting month, but congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, interrupted.
Very interrupted.
Easter, Anzac Day.
A lot of excuses. How did you guys handle all the excuses?
We went through, I think we actually started some campaigns through Easter and Anzac weekend, so we were pretty much business as usual.
Yeah.
Options are obviously for those in May, but we didn't try and let us disrupt us too much.
Yeah. School holidays, the whole lot. I mean, if ever you were going to have an excuse, it was now.
It was now, but the results through April were brilliant. So carrying forward into into May and June, and stock levels are terrific. So
now, mate, what I wanted to talk about today was the power of advertising and the Ed story.
Yep.
Right? And, I thought it was 4 years ago. You just told me it's 6 years ago when you went to ARAC. But things like this, the new magazine, which 142 odd pages this week. It's back.
Brilliant. Everyone
believes in it, but what does it mean to you and your team, and how do you think it leaves your customers feeling once they've come across you?
Well, we actually did a listing last night, and we're talking about you're going to get the Richmond buyers if you're in there, but also the Perance and Kilda, South Yarra, Port Melbourne buyers as well. So you can walk away from the listing presentation if you've got, if you're in the magazine, you've just got confidence that you cross all the demographics and all the different suburbs that the magazine works with.
You're appealing to price buyers.
Absolutely, and investors as well. Lots of rental properties out there we're selling. So if you're not in the magazine, are you reaching every demographic? That's what you've got to believe, I guess, and every buyer profile and every suburb buyer as well.
So we peel back that layer of the onion.
Yep.
Then you've got the age. Which is the next one that you guys sell, and especially Sunday Age. You're a big supporter of that.
Yep.
How important do you think that is to part of your success, but more importantly to the campaigns?
Well, critical. In short, we find that the bigger the ads, the more expensive the property feels, and which is one of our ways of trying to increase the size of them and genuinely believe it. We've had a couple of smaller ones that have been missed, and buyers can skip over them. So look, probably 80% of our campaigns running through Saturday Age. Sunday Age is critical, again, different suburb buyers across the network, and the magazine as well. But the benefit of the magazine, is one other thing to touch on, is cross-selling from open for inspections. In the old, before this new template came out, flicking through obviously wasn't quite as impressive as that one, and there'd be half our properties missing, and it's trying to show them on the iPhone is really hard. People are ringing you, phone's flat, but it's brilliant through here, open times. So it's made our job selling at opens that much easier.
We love a take home in Victoria. There's no doubt about that. So the next layer, big boards, photo boards, brochures, your own personal letterbox drops that you do. What percentage does that play for you? I know they all come together. It's all part of that onion. But we're touching on this because Ed he does it all. And we mentioned it in the last sales training. If you want to be successful, look at what you're doing, but look at all successful agents. They sell everything.
Try not just internet only, but try to get a range, cover all the bases across all the different mediums. Big boards. Doug's got we had one in Bennett Street. I think it was a 10 by 10. It was almost bigger than the house. I'm a fan of big boards. That was a little bit large, that one. I couldn't even see where it was going at one point. But big boards are great, of course. The internet we touch on. We go through all those sorts of things. But we had a campaign in Punt Road a few years back. It was $11,000. I remember it well. The buyer came through the open for inspection with a little just listed drop. Huge board on Punt Road. Huge marketing in the Age. Came through and said, I've seen that. It came through. Bought it. Obviously, the underbidders may have come through and through the power of the other sources, but $11,000 campaign came off $1 letter drop.
That's right.
So it all works, and I still use that story.
It's that
all
whole
the time.
fishing net philosophy, really. Throw the net as far and wide as you possibly can,
and have no regrets. We don't cut any corners. We don't recommend owners that cut corners on marketing. It stresses us out because I said once, we're going to have to perhaps reduce your reserve. She said, why? I said, because you're not appealing to every demographic.
Yeah, and it's interesting.
It worked. She went back in the paper.
Years ago, you used to think that there was a discount opportunity because something hadn't been advertised in the Age, and you stumbled across it in the local paper, before the internet I'm talking about.
Okay.
And I now think that when someone just does the internet, other people are thinking, well, there's a discount opportunity here because they're trying to save money. Other people may not find it. So I'll go and see that one.
Yeah.
And I know that it's a bit of a secret, like they're trying to sell a secret.
So it's an opportunity. You're saying an opportunity for a buyer if it's just on the net. Well, just under Richmond, you're not going to get Prahran, St Kilda, South Yarra buyers.
I mean, if you're a buyer and you're a seller and you're looking at this video, there is no discussion around the best results are received from the best advertising campaigns. Well, end of story.
Just a quick story. We auctioned a house, a townhouse in Richmond last weekend, sold for $269,500 more than it did a year ago.
Yep.
A year ago it was just sold, private sale, no marketing, poor presentation. And our owner's in marketing this time around. She spent about $13,000 on marketing, and she said, "Give me the lot." And it sold for $270 more in a year, and she did nothing to it. Marketing played a huge role in that.
In her pocket, $250
tax-free, yeah.
odd $1,000 tax-free in your pocket because she spent how much?
13.
Had the right agent, of course.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, some would have thought it was Russell based on the Sunday reporting in the Age. But,
so back to all the disruptions.
Yeah.
What's the team been doing in the last month? You're constantly doing the same things, but how did you deal with, was it more difficult to communicate with potential sellers during this period?
Not really. I mean, in terms of them being on holidays, or no, just a phone call or just a text or an email if they're overseas. But no, that was pretty easy. Tabitha's been away for a little bit. She finishes up with us at the end of the month, so that'll be a bit of a hit to the team because she's been brilliant. So she might come back in due course, can do some travelling. But there's a new girl that starts on Monday called Jo, who seems exceptionally excited.
Terrific.
So that'll bring some new fresh energy into the team as well.
I'm going to ask Russell next about the whole team dynamics and introducing new people.
Okay. Well, that'll see how that unfolds. But Jo seemed brilliant in the interview. Really just impressed us. Doug's obviously doing well. Part of the reason I'm here is Doug sold 4 of the 11 I think we sold in April.
Right on, Doug.
Yeah, to Doug. And 4 apartments I think he sold, but really difficult ones that I had trouble with that Doug took up and sold. And he's got a couple of listings as well booked in for May. Yeah. As well, I've just been at the photo shoot. Doug's ill today. I've been at the first photo shoot for a while. And,
it was you last month, him now?
It's his listing. So Doug's really coming on leaps and bounds as well. And Tabitha's leaving a brilliant legacy for Jo to come through. And it's a new, fresh, basically financial year team. Yeah.
So May, I put in my newsletter that I sent out on Wednesday. It's from what I can see, it's the last opportunity for most people to have choice before we go into the colder months as buyers.
And stock levels drop off.
But talking to you, I mean, my opinion now of Richmond is it is the city. It's not, it's the Paris of the city, if you like, because the turnover, like the average time in there is 3 years, the high turnover.
Single fronts, 3 to 4 years, exactly right.
Who knows if it's going to get slow, but how many auctions going forward?
For May, a record breaker for the office. Russell want to touch on, but 52.
It's amazing.
52 for our office for May. We've done 11 last weekend. I think we sold 10 out of 11, another dozen perhaps tomorrow. June levels are sort of, I think there's about 16, 17. So they come back a bit traditionally, as you touched on. But May's a bumper month.
So
huge.
I've asked you, I think I might have asked you this last month or the month prior to that. How are you dealing with that amount of data?
Yeah, a lot of buys to get through. And fortunately, I'm part of a team of 3. But Monday is just lockdown day of just callback after callbacks. Tuesday, of course, I get a second round callback. So we're still thorough. We're trying not to let people slip through. But there's a lot in there.
So how many calls do you reckon you guys are making on Monday?
A couple of hundred. Easily.
Amazing.
And then again, you go on the Tuesday. And of course, the buyers call you back through the week. Dribs and drabs, so all that sort of stuff. So it's constantly all the way through. But obviously trying to book in the prospecting as an appointment, so it's not just push back and back. So that's something you've got to be really protective of.
Yeah, it's amazing. Okay, and fine tuning. What have you fine tuned in the last month?
Well, I'm trying to actually prospect a slightly higher demographic and a higher price point. Moving away from some of the more one bedrooms into the sort of over $1 million. I think I've set myself a target to sell about 15 properties over $1 million this year. I'm on 4 or 5 this year as well. So that's a little shift for me. Secondary market. So that's
someone else in the team taken up the.
Doug's taking up the 1 bedrooms and he's even talking about auctioning them towards the end of the year. So he's taking that little bit as far as he can. So good on him. And of course Tabitha's across different price ranges to assist. But it's working well.
Yeah, fantastic. going forward, so June's
quietens down a little bit, but a couple of really good houses we've been chasing for some time have come up as well, so it's exciting. I mean, every month you've got a cracking listing coming up, so you never sort of look forward and go, I've got to get through that one. It's excitement machine all the way through.
Stay excited. Like I said when you arrive, you look too relaxed.
Too relaxed. I'm sweating on a call-off that's happening. Please don't happen. So I'm anything but relaxed, but I'm just trying to take a deep breath.
As you can see, there's a lot of questions that I could ask Ed, and Ed's more than happy to share his information with any of you watching. So just give him a call. He will get back to you.
Yeah, or just come down to Richmond, a quick coffee.
Yeah, and,
exactly. Happy to talk to anyone and guide them through.
It's a great dynamic in the office. So congratulations again,
Thanks,
mate.
Paul. Terrific.
And cheers, everyone.
Thank you.